The killing of US journalist James Foley in Syria by the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant shocked America. Behind the scenes, Mark Mitchell was at the center of the US hostage response, advising the US president. In January, Mitchell stepped down as Barack Obama's counter-terrorism advisor. Today, he's critical of the American government's policy when its citizens are taken captive.
The situation with the hostages in January 2014 was a microcosm of our overall awareness of the Islamic State. We didn't have the intelligence necessary, and our resources were frankly prioritized elsewhere.
Mitchell argues that getting American hostages home is just one small objective in a much larger conflict.
It's always a priority to recover American citizens, but it's not always the highest priority.
It was the meetings with the families of American hostages that forced Mitchell into the media spotlight. He was accused of threatening family members with prosecution if they tried to pay a ransom.
It was this military gentleman who had absolutely no compassion for us. All he knew was no concessions. This gentleman did threaten us three times, Simon.
I never threatened the families. The idea that it's somehow shocking that a government official would encourage people to abide by the law, I think I find shocking in itself.
The recent presidential review of US hostage policy removed the threat of prosecution if families pay a ransom, a move that Mark Mitchell believes is a mistake.
I think the decision to allow ransoms to be paid does not contribute to the safety of American citizens.
He believes paying up not only breaks international laws that prohibit the funding of certain armed groups, but also robs families of some of their bargaining options.
They no longer can rely upon the fact that it's against the law. Now they are subject to being beggared by the hostage takers. There's no excuse. The hostage takers can just say, clear out your bank accounts, sell your home, we want it all, and they have no defense.
Today, at least 30 Americans are still being held hostage around the world. Each family faces the dilemma of whether to pay and perhaps encourage further kidnapping, or not pay and face the consequences. Simon Boazman, Al Jazeera.